Hello and welcome back everyone. In this video, we are just going to discuss in detail about object-oriented programming in Python. So this particular object-oriented programming, otherwise called as OOP, which allows the programmers to create their objects that have attributes and method. So most probably this OOPS concept will allow the programmer to simplify and create ease in development environment. So for smaller scripts of Python, this object-oriented programming may not be required because everything will be a small or in a very small scale. But when you write a larger scripts of Python code, this object-oriented programming makes sense. So you can create classes for each and every function that you want to perform, and you can create or access the objects of the class using methods and attributes for performing various operations in your program. And in this video, we are just going to discuss only the syntax of creating classes in Python programming language. So on the screen, you can see this is the syntax for creating classes in your Python programming language. So it starts with the class keyword right over here. So this is a keyword in Python, and you cannot use this as a variable name or anything else because this is a keyword in Python. And this is followed by the class name. So you can give whatever name you want here, and most probably it starts with a capital KC. So name of the class that is provided as the class name right over here. So this is the basic syntax of writing down the class definition. And moving further inside the class, you can see a particular line which is more or like similar to the definition of a function, but it is not actual definition of a function, but it looks like a definition of a function. And here you can see this is the def keyword followed by the underscore init, which is most widely used in all the classes defined. So we will talk about this later in the next video when we discuss in detail. For now, just remember this init definition will be always available whenever you create a class, and it is followed by a self, and after the self we are passing arguments of the class. Let's take it to be parameter 1 and parameter 2, and after creating all these parameter 1 and parameter 2 inside the init definition, we are just assigning the arguments, that is parameter 1 and parameter 2, to the attribute of the class. So how you can do that? By providing this particular self that is given right over here. So you can write like self dot the argument name. Here in our case the argument name is parameter 1 and parameter 2. So we are assigning self dot parameter 1 with the argument parameter 1. So we are doing this just to assign the argument that is passed to the class to the attribute of the function. And whenever you access the object of this particular class right over here, these two arguments are expected, that is parameter 1 and parameter 2. And whenever you create an instance of this particular class, you are expected to provide parameter 1 and parameter 2. And the self keyword right over here will let the Python know this is not just a function, but it is a method of this particular class. You can see in the second method also we have provided the self right over here. So this particular self will just know that this is not just a function, but this is a method to this particular class. So we will not call the function inside this particular class as function. Instead, this is a method, and that's it. This is method 1 inside the class name of class, and here we are just doing some action and we are printing the self dot parameter 1. When you give self dot parameter 1, the attribute right over here which is holding the parameter 1 argument will be printed, and it will not fetch any global variable named parameter 1. And I hope you learned the basic syntax of creating the function. You may have few more questions, but I just want to explain to you the basic syntax of creating a class in Python programming language in this video, and in the next video we will create our own class with a detailed explanation. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.